Now coming to the secondary treatment. The secondary treatment, what generally we call it as a biological process. That is what you call biological process. Already in the primary treatment at the end, effluents, the supernatant form it is called as the effluent. That means it is called primary effluents. These primary effluents in the secondary treatment then transferred into a large aeration tank. So these are transferred into these primary effluents. Is transferred into a large aeration tank. Whenever it is transferred into a large aeration tank, constantly agitated mechanically. In this aeration tank, constantly agitated mechanically. Here see one operator is present in the aeration tank. So continuously it can be rotated. Constantly agitating means rotating mechanically. So whenever these effluents are entering the aeration tank, so this inside the operator is constantly agitated mechanically, and also air is pumped into it. Whenever air is pumped into it here, what will happen? Here in this aeration tank, vigorous growth of aerobic microbes. Vigorous growth of aerobic microbes. This vigorous growth of aerobic microbes we call it as a flows. Once again, see this effluents. These effluents means generally this is the primary settling tank. This is secondary settling tank. In the primary settling tank, so what are the supernatant form? These primary effluents. These are transferred into large aeration tank. So what will happen? It is an inside operator. This is constantly agitated mechanically. They are agitating mechanically, and also air is pumped into it. This air is pumped into it. What will happen? It allows the air and also in this region vigorous growth of microbes. In this vigorous growth of microbes, that's we call it is a flows. What is meant by here? The flows means a mass of bacteria and also fungal-like organisms. Okay, a mass of bacteria and also fungal-like organisms to form a mesh-like structures. This is what you call it as a flows. These are what you call flows. Once again, see. So what is meant by here? The flows. So the primary effluents then transferred into large aeration tank, and then here constantly agitated mechanically, and also air is pumped into it here. So this allows here the vigorous growth of aerobic microbes into a flows. What is meant by here the flows? Flows means a mass of bacteria and also fungi to form it is a mesh-like structures. Okay, to form mesh-like structures. So these flows consume these flows are here. What is the mesh-like structures are formed? These organisms are to consume the major portion of organic matter. Consume the major portion of organic matter. Organic matter means what I said previous class. Organic matter means pollutants. So these flows these flows are consume the major portion of pollutants. Automatically in this pollutants are reduced. What will happen? That means here consume the major portion of organic matter in this tank. It is reducing the BOD. Reducing the BOD. That means biochemical oxygen demand. Biochemical oxygen demand. So BOD abbreviation also very important. BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. So whenever it is organic matter is decreases, okay, the primary effluents in this region it can be made decreases. So what will happen? Automatically here reducing the BOD. Once again, see this point is very important. So the primary effluents then enter into the large aeration tank. So constantly agitated mechanically, and it allows that is pumped into the air, and a vigorous growth of microbes are formed. That is aerobic microbes. That's what you call it is flows. This flows means what is the mass of bacteria and fungi together form a mesh-like structure. So these microbes these microbes are consumed. These microbes allows the, what will you do? It reduces the major portion of it is the organic matter. It consumes the major portion of organic matter. As a result, what will happen here? Reducing the BOD. Reducing the BOD. BOD means biochemical oxygen demand. Actually, what is meant by here the BOD definition? BOD definition means here the amount of oxygen. What is this one? The amount of oxygen. The amount of it is oxygen that would be consumed. The amount of oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water was oxidized by bacteria. Oxidized by bacteria. That's what you call it is BOD. Already you learned in chemistry also BOD. Once again, this see this definition. The amount of oxygen. The amount of oxygen that can be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water was oxidized by bacteria. That's what you call it is BOD. So actually in this water, whenever it is of the BOD, the rate of uptake of oxygen by microorganisms, that means microbial organisms. Okay, the BOD how you can measure means, so the BOD that can be measured the rate of uptake of oxygen by microbial organisms, and also whenever it is the what you are taking the wastewater. So the BOD is a high means biochemical oxygen demand value is high means that water, that means the wastewater is highly potentially polluted. Highly potentially polluted. That's it. Okay. Once again, see this BOD. BOD point of view, some questions also may be asked the competitive. So BOD means actually the amount of oxygen is consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water was oxidized by bacteria. So how it is measured the BOD? The BOD measures the rate of uptake of oxygen by microorganism, and also one more how it is BOD measures. So the wastewater BOD value is very high means that water is highly polluted potentially. That's it. So next in this secondary treatment. So whenever it is the consumed organic matter. So whenever the significantly the primary effluents here once the BOD of sewage of wastewater is reduced significantly. Once again, see this point. Once the BOD of sewage water is reduced significantly, these effluents are passed into a secondary settling tank. These effluents are transferred into a secondary settling tank, where bacteria flows allowed to sediment. Where this bacteria flows allowed to sediment. So this sediment we are called it is activated sludge. This what do you call? Activated sludge. Once again see, so these effluents, whenever its significant BOD is reduced, these effluents are then transferred into a secondary settling tank, which allows, okay, where the bacteria flows, allows the sediment. This sediment we call it is activated sludge. This sum of the amount of activated sludge is pumped into a large aeration tank. This is we call inoculum. And the remaining activated sludge is pumped into a, here one large digesters are present here. So this is called anaerobic sludge digester. Okay, here some amount of remaining activated sludge is pumped into another tank. That's what you call it is anaerobic sludge digesters. In the anaerobic sludge digesters, growing a anaerobic microbes. Okay, so in the activated sludge contain the bacterial flux already. So what will happen? This anaerobic sludge digester is another tank. So in the anaerobic sludge digester it contains anaerobic bacteria. So the activated sludge is pumped into that anaerobic sludge digester. So in the anaerobic sludge digester, so the anaerobic bacteria digest the aerobic bacteria. So as a result, this anaerobic bacteria, it releases some of the gases such as what you call it is methane and hydrosulfur at H2S and also carbon dioxide. So this gas we call it is the biogas. Once again 6 point. So whenever these primary effluents are transferred into a secondary settling tank, where the bacterial flows, here the bacterial flows allow to sediment, but is formed like here. Some amount of sediment mud, it can be transferred into a aeration tank. So it is called inoculum, and remaining amount of activated sludge pumped into a anaerobic sludge digesters. In the anaerobic sludge digesters contain anaerobic bacteria. So already the sludge contain flows, that means aerobic bacteria are present. So this anaerobic bacteria in this tank, that means anaerobic sludge digester tank, this anaerobic bacteria digest the other bacteria. Other bacteria means aerobic bacteria, that means flows. After that, as a result, this anaerobic bacteria to release in the gas, that's what you call is biogas. That means this gas, it can contain methane and also H2S and also carbon dioxide. So these also used for source of energy. Okay, this also used for source of energy, and it is inflammable. And it is inflammable. That's it. Okay, so nowadays mainly the sewage treatment plants, one of the major cities we can find, and also some of the towns, and also we can visible such as sewage treatment plants. So whenever it is a sewage treatment plants are available in some of the cities and villages, so it can be wastewater, it can easily treated, and also can utilize the reutilizing that. So whenever it is actually sludge, this water, whatever it is a digestion after later, what is the effluents are present? These effluents are then released into a natural water bodies such as rivers and ponds. Okay, that's it. So this is the sewage treatment plants. So in the sewage treatment plant, nowadays the government, that means particularly the Ministry of Environment and Forest, the Ministry of Environment and also Forest has initiated the Ganga Action Plan, Yamuna Action Plan. So in this rivers, particularly it is preventing the sewage water, that means controlling the sewage water. That means we are mainly particularly save the major rivers of our country. Where it is that means particularly where it is the domestic water can be released into the rivers. So such area we are arranging the sewage treatment plants. Later that remaining water can be released into the river. So that's why the rivers also is not polluted. So that's why the government, so particularly the Minister of Environment and also Forest has initiated the Ganga Action and also Yamuna Action Plan. So because of to save the major rivers in our country from pollution. That's it. This is the sewage treatment. Very, very important. Primary treatment means what I said. So here mainly primary treatment is the physical process, and second treatment is biological process. Primary treatment physical process means the physical removal of small and also large suspended particles present in the sewage. Okay, before this primary scientific before, so these large small suspended particles are present in the sewage. So we are using the methods. It is the sequential filtration and sedimentation. So in first step already said, sequential filtration means what do you call it is the floating debris, that is waste we are removed through the process of it is the sequential filtrations. And as second step is the sedimentation, and in the sedimentation grit means soil or sand, and also small pebbles. Pebbles means we are the what do you call small stones we are removed through the sedimentation. After that, the water can be set after the primary settling tank. Later it is the solids are settled down. This is called what do you call primary sludge. The supernatant form it is called effluent. That's we call primary effluents. So this is called this primary effluents then used for secondary treatment purpose. So these primary effluents are transferred into the secondary treatment large aeration tank, and constantly agitated mechanically, and air is pumped into it because growth of microbes. That is we call it is the aerobic microbes we call flows. So after that, these flukes are, whenever it is it allows to consume the major portion of organic matter. As a result, what will happen? It is reducing the BOD. So whenever this BOD is reduced, so automatically pollutants are, it is not present. So after that, these effluents are transferred into a large another tank, the secondary recycling tank, where bacterial flux allowed to segment. So this segment we call it as activated sludge. This activated sludge, some amount of activated sludge pumped into aeration tank. That's we call it as inoculant. That's why we call starter. The remaining activated sludge is pumped into another tank that is called anaerobic sludge digester. In the anaerobic sludge digester, it contains the anaerobic bacteria. So in the anaerobic bacteria, it can be consuming the other bacteria, that means aerobic. Other bacteria means aerobic bacteria. As a result, we are releasing the gas. That gas we call it is a methane. That's we call it is a biogas. That means in this gas contain methane, hydrogen sulfide, H2S, and also one more, it is carbon dioxide. So these are mainly used as a source of energy, and also it is inflammable. That's it. So this is the sewage treatment.